Okay, this is a quick video that just goes through the resource page, the homeworks and all the rest of the things I've sort of mentioned in the email, but I just figured a video is normally better. I prefer it in a video form. So if you go to Google and then if you follow the link in your website or type it into your address bar, resources.sterlingtuition.com, it'll take you to the home page. Now in the home page you'll see that the different memberships are here. Now you have access to all of these. This is for people outside of that aren't tutored by myself, so you want to go straight to login. So after you've gone to login, the username will be your child's first name. So I've made one with my name, just Sam to begin with, and the password is the one in the email. Okay, make sure I put it in right. So then after you log in, what's basically going to come up is a template of different things that you can use. Now the main one that you're going to be using is this current students. Now this is only accessible by people that I tutor, so all this other stuff people can access. This is free and people can sign up and buy and sort of buy a membership to these, but the current students one is the one I'm going to look at first. So if you click on current students, it takes you to this page here. Now it's got all the lessons. So lesson 1, 2. So as I do the lessons at the end of the week, I'll put the lesson up in video form. I'll put the lesson up in a PDF, and then I'll also put the homework up that goes with it. So I'll show you this. So lesson 1 brings up this page. So you've first off, you've got the actual lesson here. This is the video of the whole lesson. So I'm just going to click this. I'll put it back to the start. Hello and welcome to Sterling. This just goes through all the lessons. Now what you want to do before you watch this is you want to download the actual lesson. So whenever you download the actual lesson, it brings up all the stuff that the video goes through, so you can actually do the lesson with the video. So it's all those bits and pieces. So this is actually what we did in our first lesson. So I'm going to split this screen in half so that you can sort of see the way it works, as you can follow along with the lesson. So here I've got this printed out, and then you click lesson 1, and then right at the very start you'll see pause the video and complete page 1. So you complete page 1, and then after you would complete page 1, then you can look at the video, and then I go through all the workings out, or all the sort of teaching that goes along with this
here, which is basically
so talking about all of this. And then if I pick up another one, let's see if I go to there. So you'll notice this here says pause video and complete 5. So you can skip to page 5, and then you can start doing this, and then I basically do the teaching that goes along with all of this as well. So you can follow along, have this in front of you, have the video in front of you, pause it, and then do it as you work through the different channels. So that'd be the lesson. Now the second part here, if we click on here, I'm going to close this, you'll see that it brings up the homework. Now the homework, what I've done is I'm systematically going through and revising all the stuff that we've done in the lessons. So there's day 1, day 2 and day 3. Now spread this out in relation to the days and do it. Don't do it 3 days after another. Do it 1 day, leave it a day, 1 day, leave it a day, 1 day. Now the reason why I've only done 3 days is because I want it to be attainable. So this would be the minimum I would be expecting each week. So we'll go back to that. Now after you've completed each day, what you can then do is you can then look at the video, which goes through the homework for each of the days. So you complete the homework, and then you can follow along with me. Your child will be able to mark this themselves and then go through and do all the work themselves. So I'm talking them through day 1, day 2, day 3. So it really is them taking control of this. So for example here, after they've done the homework, they can watch this and see how they've gotten on. Okay, so that's day 1. So you've got the lesson, which you print off, and then you can follow along with the lesson. It tells you when to pause. Then you've got the homework. The homework, which is me basically going through all the days in the homework, and you can download obviously the homework as well. And that's what's going to be happening each week. So I'll put that up at the end of each week. So I'll do the lesson, but then after I'll put up the lesson if there needs to be a reminder, and then all the homeworks, as I say, they will go up here. So I'm going to go back to the home page so that you can see a couple of other things. Just make it a bit bigger. So also you're going to have access to the Daily 5. Now this Daily 5 questions, this is free to everyone to use outside in the public. So basically what it is, it's 5 maths questions and then 5 English questions. Now the way this will work is every day, Monday to Friday, there'll be 5 maths questions. Monday there'll be a poem, Tuesday there'll be like English questions, Wednesday 5 mistakes, Thursday's another poem, and then Friday's like a comprehension. So short, sharp. So that there is the free version, but you probably won't want to use that. So if we go back to the main menu, if you go on along to the next one, the Daily 5, if you wanted to do any extra, this one, day 1, click the access, click here. So what I've actually done is, again, I've got all the questions. This time though, there's the answers at the end. So in the free one, you don't have the answers here, you've got the answers. But I've also got a video here which goes through and does all the maths questions and does all the English questions, so you can watch that as well. So that'll be useful. So pause that. And then finally, just with the maths questions, so say you get to number 1. You're struggling with number 1. Then you can go down here and you can click on this. Because what this then brings up is it brings up another 12 questions like that question. So say you had someone say, little Sam tries the Daily 5, struggles with it, struggles with number 1. You can then download those questions, and then there's a load more to practice, so they can see how to do it in the video, and then they can practice that. And that's for every maths question here. So for example, the function machine one, got 12 more for the function machine. Okay, and then just train of thoughts here. This here is just what you've got here. The reason I put this one in is because people who sign up, they can do the lessons, but you'll get the lessons before they get it. So I'll be putting them up on here before they come here. So this is the same as that effectively, except this one has more access. And then finally, this one here, Sterling Tuition Practice Papers Resources. Stay away from this in the meantime. Well, actually, you're unauthorized at the moment, but I'll change the authorization on that so you can get it. But basically with this, stay away from it, like I say, from the meantime. There's loads of stuff that relates to the papers, which I'll be giving you a bit further on, sort of summertime onwards in particular, to do revision and then be able to use this to practice the exam technique. So give it a go, have a little navigate about, a little bit of a play, see what you think. Make sure the logins are working. Oh, one final thing before I forget, if we go back to the lessons, we'll click on the homework. So it says here reading log here at the bottom. I forgot to mention this. So there will be the homework, but there's also at the very end of each of the homeworks that I'll send out a reading log. This is going to be super important, the reading diary. So you need to make sure that we're reading at least, I'm thinking 5 times a week is enough. Even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, I would say half an hour, 5 times a week. This is going to be the biggest game changer for your child. This is proven time and time and again. The people and the children that read for pleasure and that read consistently are the ones that become more successful, do better as they go through life. So reading diary, use that as well at the end. Okay, and that is all.